afternoon, everybody. Usually I'd play a bit of The Witcher, but I'm stuck. So until I figure out what's actually going on and where I'm supposed to be going on The Witcher, I thought I'd put it aside for a bit and we play some Broken Sword. I haven't played this for years. It's one of my favourite games, especially the old school games. Before we head on in, give me 1 second. Let me just turn my lights on. There we go, it's better. If you haven't already, feel free to head over and check out my YouTube channel, Bumblebeeshibby. Feel free to subscribe, like, share, comment, anything you like. Every Tuesday I will be uploading YouTube only content. Don't forget, hit that follow button on Facebook and click the bell icon and select all live notifications if you want to be notified every time I go live. Right, let's do it. Let's go. Such an old game, but it's such a good game. And it's the remastered version as well, which will be my first time playing the remaster. Little bit glitchy.
This must be the place. Professor Ubier's house.
Looks pretty creepy. I'd been away from Paris and hadn't seen Nico for nearly 6 months. I wanted to celebrate our reunion, but she had other plans. An appointment with an archaeologist. Something to do with a Mayan stone she came across while researching the story. The guy who answered the door didn't look much like an archaeologist to me. I had a bad feeling about this.
Oh no! God, this brings back memories. Right. Okay.
There were only 3 things I didn't like about spiders. The way they looked, the way they moved, and the fact they lived on the same planet. This spider was big. I glanced over the books, vaguely hoping to find a copy
Right, I'm
of
pretty
How
sure
to
we
Do
can
It.
knock this.
No such luck.
There we go.
Maybe I'd been a little heavy-handed, but it was a question of survival. Of course, I was still tied to a chair in a burning house with no means of escape.
Let's do this.
With one mighty bound, now I had to deal with that fire.
Yeah, and have a look at this.
In the drawer was a small decorated...
Okay.
There was nothing else. Inside,
Ooh.
I found... Normally, I didn't drink strong... Ew. Disgusting. Not only... There was something short, fleshy, and gross on the carpet.
We will pick that
It was
one
the
up.
worm from the bottle of tequila. It was a stylish little canvas number containing a lipstick, a handwritten note, and a pair of nylon panties with a large love heart emblazoned across the front. It occurred to
Ooh,
me that
nice.
Nico's tastes must have really changed while I was away. Well, they could be useful.
A lawn dart.
That dart was sharper than a mosquito's... I wasn't going to touch the box after that.
We'll take that though.
There was no pressure in this...
Okay, right. Aha, there we go.
The pot contained a key. It looked like a house key.
That's going to be too hot to touch, isn't it?
The cabinet was locked. In the cabinet's wooden door was a very... It looked like a house key.
Ah, wrong one. Right. There we go.
The key was way too long.
Okay. We'll pick the lock instead.
As I released the lock, the panties I'd found in Nico's bag were just what I needed.
Then we should be able to put that in there to put the fire out. Should be.
The cylinder gave out a faint hiss as the valve opened.
What?
Now I had one primed up and ready to use extinguisher.
Yes. Nice. It's amazing, isn't it, how that fire didn't even spread the whole time I was in there.
Now it was time to start looking for Nico.
Gotta love this game, though.
I wasn't going to burn myself on that red-hot doorknob, and it
Right.
wasn't the time for subtlety.
What have I... Oh, I was gonna kick it through. That's alright, then. Go! Let's go find Nico.
I'd found a piece of newspaper folded in two. It referred to a forthcoming eclipse of the sun. Unfortunately, it wouldn't be visible from Europe. The best place to view the eclipse would be Mexico. The phone was no use to me. Apart from Nico, there was no one in Paris I wanted to call. I unlocked the door. Without a plan, I had nowhere to go. Maybe there was something in the house which would give me a... It was locked.
Okay. Right, so I've got to have...
It was the newspaper clipping referring to the imminent eclipse. Wrapped inside it was another small
There we
piece.
go.
It was a bank statement for Ubier's account from an automatic telling machine. The last 5 withdrawals were for large amounts, and all made in Marseille. Something possessed me to lock the door again. The door was locked. I didn't fancy my chances of kicking.
Oh, I've just locked it. I already unlocked it, didn't I? Silly twat.
I unlocked the door. I wasn't going anywhere until I...
Oh, okay.
It was Ubier's bank statement. It was the newspaper clipping referring to the... I guess I had no business reading the note, but I figured it might give me a... It was from Andre Labanau, the history student Nico had known at
Okay.
college. The letter was
So
sentimental.
we're gonna go find this
It was a
Andre
gift from
Lobano.
him. Labanau figured himself as a writer, but I couldn't believe that that creep was in the
Oh,
running.
okay.
Much as I disliked him, Labanau might be my only hope of finding Nico. Hi, Andre?
Who is this?
It's George Stobart, Nico's boyfriend.
Don't you mean ex-boyfriend?
Look, I didn't call you just to pick a fight. I need to talk to you about Nico.
Can't you accept she's just not interested in you?
Listen, Andre, we need to talk. Nico's life depends on it.
Okay. You remember the cafe at Montfaucon?
Sure.
Guess we're going to Montfaucon.
You better show, you creep. I felt an irrational urge to wipe my ear. I wasn't looking forward to meeting Labanau again, but he was my only link with Nico.
I will play #1 at some point. I'm just trying to get a hold of it. I can't actually get hold of it at the moment.
There was no sign of life. I decided to order a coffee and wait for him.
But as soon as I do, we will play the original. Obviously, we'll have to go back. Okay. Talk to this guy.
But don't I know you?
Huh?
You were here the day I found the catacombs.
I was. Ah, yes. I remember you.
The detective.
Are you still in the police force?
No, not anymore. I'm a man of leisure. And what brings you back to Paris?
My girlfriend.
What it is to be young and in love. Will you share a bottle of wine with me?
Hey, listen, I'd love to, but I need to keep a clear head.
So my company isn't good enough for you.
Tell me what you make of this note.
From my years of experience, I gained a pretty good insight into handwriting. I'd say that note was written by a compulsive, obsessive type with an Oedipus complex.
Hey, you got just about everything apart from the ponytail. Have you ever heard of a Professor Ubier?
No, monsieur. I don't recall the name.
Well, apparently he's an expert on Mayan art and history.
A little out of my field of experience, monsieur. If he'd been a serial killer or a sodomite, I might have been able to help.
Okay. Try once more.
What do you make of this?
I remember a case where the victim was killed with just such a device. The poison acted in seconds, causing his body to swell up like an inflatable life raft.
Hmm.
What do you make of this news cutting?
Orphanage supplied fast food chain?
No, it's the article above that.
Oh! Total eclipse of the sun. Well, that's very dull in comparison. I don't know anything about eclipses.
And last
Why
but not
did you leave the
least.
police?
I was forced to retire. The golden handshake. Only in my case, it was more copper than gold.
How come?
I was made a scapegoat to cover up the department's inefficiencies.
I couldn't snatch the man's flask while he was looking. Oh, garçon.
See if we can.
He ignored me. I'm sure it was deliberate.
Anything? Ooh.
What's that you're drinking?
It's wine.
I had nothing else.
Okay, so we gotta wait for him. Come back.
It was that itsy-bitsy tequila worm. I really must remember to take it out of my pants before I sent...
Okay.
It was too hot to sit inside the cafe. Besides, I might miss Labino. I had no desire to go down into the...
When is he coming back out?
It was the letter to Nico from... Sickening. It was the newspaper clip. It was Ubier's...
Okay.
It was Nico's lip. It wasn't my color. And it reminded me of clowns.
Don't like clowns. Okay, let's try and get a hold of him now, shall we?
Hey, you.
What?
I'd like a cup of coffee if you don't mind.
When I finish serving this gentleman.
Can I say anything more
I
to
had
him?
nothing else. The man was still looking.
Oh, that's right. Here comes my coffee.
Un café.
Thanks. What does that guy keep pouring out of his flask?
Absinthe.
Absinthe? I thought that was highly dangerous and outlawed in France.
It is. Don't look at me, I didn't sell it to him.
Do you know a guy called André Lobino?
Oui, I know him. What of it?
Let's turn the
We're supposed
music
to
and the
meet
game
again.
down in a
Did I
minute.
miss him?
No, I have not seen him today.
Have you heard of Professor Ubier?
Oui, he married that actress, the little dachshund. They used to come here.
Oh, okay, so we're getting somewhere with this one now.
If Ubier's wife was a movie star, how come I never heard of her?
She was big in France. The world doesn't stop at Hollywood. Her stage name was Carol Climax. She died in suspicious circumstances.
How did Ubier's wife die?
Yes.
I heard he shot her.
And got away with it?
He had a good lawyer and they wrote a tight alibi.
Why would an eminent public figure like Ubier risk everything for murder?
He wouldn't be the first, would he? Besides, people like him always get off.
Okay.
Do you know that man over there?
I should think so. He's a regular customer.
Look at this. A poison dart.
Ah oui, sure.
It's the real thing. Knocked my girlfriend out cold in a matter of seconds.
Romantic. Sounds like a real close relationship you have going.
That's all.
Thank you.
Okay. Here's Andre.
Well, this is a surprise, Georgie.
I wouldn't normally call you. But Nico's in trouble, Andre. Deep trouble. You have to help me find her.
What? What have you dragged her into this time?
It was you that recommended Professor Ubier as an expert on Mayan art. Now his butler has kidnapped her. And he tried to kill me.
Every time she gets involved with you, there is trouble. Walking out on her was the best thing you could do.
Oh,
My
a bit
father
harsh.
was dying, damn it. I had no choice.
Well, she soon recovered once she went back to her old friends.
Drop it, Andre. Right now, Nico's in danger, and we have to work together.
So, how can I?
Nico needed to speak to Ubier about a stone.
Oh, you mean this stone?
Oh, he's got the stone. Okay.
So that's what all the trouble's about.
Precisely. Nicole told me to guard it with my life.
Oh, it's worth more than that, surely.
Oh, very funny.
What's funny is that your life really is on the line.
What are you talking about?
The stone is a Mayan artifact, dummy. And the guy who kidnapped Nico was from Central America. It was the stone they were after.
Oh my god, you mean I could be in danger too?
Much as I hated to admit it, Labano in that dusty archive was just a question of...
Okay. I'll have to
What
ask
do you
him
suppose
questions.
the carving on the stone means?
I don't know. I haven't shown it to anyone.
Why don't you just give it to me?
I don't want your death on my conscience, George.
George.
Where did Nico get the stone?
I'm not sure I should tell you.
I
Oh,
think you
you
should
should.
fucking should,
It
to
was
be
something
honest.
to do with smuggling.
Why didn't Nico take the stone to Ubier?
I don't know. Perhaps she suspected something like this would happen.
If she's been hurt, Andre, I'll break every bone in your body.
No, that's typical of you. Do you think I don't care what happens to Nicole?
It occurred to me that slugs don't have bones to break, but I kept that thought to myself.
Yeah, probably best.
Tell me about your friend Ubier.
He's more of a professional acquaintance than a friend.
I see. So you don't really know him at all.
No, I don't.
Does Ubier employ a guy from Central America?
Maybe. I don't know.
What do you think this is, Andre?
I don't know.
I'll give you a clue. It's got more backbone than you.
You think you're amusing, don't you?
Oh dear, George is funny.
What can you tell me about this pot?
South or Central American, I'd say. I have a friend who'd be able to tell you more.
Okay, yeah, that would help.
Where can I find this guy?
He owns a gallery on the left bank. The
Lee's
Lee's
Gallery.
Take a look at this, Andre.
It's a bank statement.
Yeah, Professor Ubier's account. 5 large cash withdrawals in the space of 3 days. All from an automatic teller in Marseille. Suspicious, isn't it?
You're even more crazy than you were before.
See you later.
Goodbye, Georgie.
Goodbye. Meanwhile, several hundred kilometers
I've had
away.
enough of your games, Kalal. Tell me what you've done with my stone.
I thought your business was simply smuggling cocaine, Karzak. Why are you so interested in that stone?
Either you tell me what I want to know, or Pablo here will make you talk.
Okay,
Okay, help him.
well,
Tell him.
I figured someone at the university would be able to help. So I had a word with one of my girlfriends, and she told me her boyfriend was a lecturer. I sent the stone to the Department of Ethnology. You know, I figured it was South American, so... You're not buying this, are you?
That's enough. I don't have time to listen to your mindless prattle. We'll leave you to think it over.
Okay.
Come the morning, you'll be ready to talk.
Right, I'm just gonna turn the music down a minute.
Ever heard of Carol Climax?
Yes, but I don't care for the kind of... It's smut like that which has caused the moral decline.
Is it true that Carol Climax was murdered by her husband?
First I heard of it. I thought she just retired.
Do you miss being a gendarme?
Yes, of course I do. When I wore that uniform, I commanded respect. Not anymore.
I grabbed the flask and was a highly potent and now I had another lead. I
Let's
could
go
either
to
go
the
back
gallery.
Ubi's house or visit the Glee's gallery.
We'll go to the gallery.
The Glee's gallery had style and class, but very few customers. The pots were protected by a glass case. Are you Mr. Glees, the owner?
Good God, no.
Then I guess that must be him over there, right?
Your powers of deductive reasoning astound me.
Have you heard of Professor Ubier?
Yes, of course.
I was at his house earlier.
If you're going to drop names, you could at least name one worth dropping.
I thought Ubier was a well-respected man.
Why, his last book was nothing but pseudo-intellectual claptrap. The demented ramblings of a drug-dependent has-been.
What's that you're drinking?
I'm not sure. but I have a suspicion it might be urine. Glees can't expect a favorable
Yum.
criticism of his gallery when he serves this muck.
Would you give me your opinion on this pot, sir?
Yes. Very rapouche.
Rapouche?
Hideous.
What the hell do you think you're doing? You smashed my pot.
Certainly, it was not only worthless, it was ugly and offensive.
To you, maybe.
Believe me, I was doing you a favor.
I wasn't going to waste any more breath talking to that pompous blimp. Maybe I could turn the situation to my advantage, and at the same time, get my revenge. The pot had smashed. I had no possible...
Excuse me, sir.
Uh-huh.
That area is private.
Oh.
No, sir.
Okay. Doesn't want us to go there. So you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna fucking go there.
I'd like to ask you a few questions, if you don't mind.
Certainly, sir. I'd be most happy to oblige.
You're English?
These days, one prefers to think of oneself as European.
Sure. Whatever you say.
And how precisely may one assist you, sir?
What I really wanted to ask you about was a black stone.
A black stone?
Yeah, it's a Mayan artifact, about as big as my hand.
No, sir, one doesn't get much call for black stones. If it's Mayan artifacts you're interested in, I have some rather exquisite pots.
So did I, until that slob smashed it. Have you heard of Professor Ubier?
Of course. His name is synonymous with Mayan art. A number of these artifacts were supplied by Ubier himself.
Eh?
Do you believe the story that Ubier murdered his wife?
If it was true, who can blame him? She was an opportunist tramp. Well, that's what I heard.
Have you seen any of Ubier's wife's films?
Only one. Believe me, I was appalled, shocked, disgusted, and repulsed.
Well, you sure got your money's worth. Last time I went to the movies, I wasn't even titillated.
Alright, let's ask him about these
I
pots.
suppose you have an import license for these relics?
Of course. But that's not my problem, sir. The professor arranges all the shipping. We simply collect the items from the docks.
Could you tell me which docks Professor Ubier uses
So we
to
might
import
have
the
to go to the
artifacts?
dock.
God, no. I can't possibly reveal my commercial secrets.
Do you get many Central American Indians in here?
No, sir. This is Paris. Central America is several thousand kilometers southwest of here. Straight across the Atlantic Ocean and turn left. You can't miss it.
Well, as
Thanks
it
for the
happens,
directions.
I saw some Central American Indians this very morning.
Tourists, sir. Paris is full of them at this time of year.
There is a gentleman over there who seems to be enjoying your wine.
I can't think why. It was very cheap.
I found this news story referring to a total
Right.
eclipse of the sun.
Really, sir? Well, well, fascinating.
Hey, well, I'm gonna like his drink.
I splashed a little absinthe into the glass and hoped he wouldn't notice the change of color.
Did you put something in my drink?
Yeah, I did. Well, what do you think?
Well, it's certainly an improvement over Glees's wine. In fact, I could grow to like it.
Allow me.
Thank you for the like. Hope you're having a good day. Playing a bit of Broken Sword too. Okay, hopefully now we can go and have a look.
There was nothing in the case but styrofoam packing, but pasted on the side was the remains of a label.
Sweet, where does the label show us? Paris.
Underneath the logo of a flying
from
bird were the
Mars.
words Condor Transglobal Mars. The rest of the label was missing. It was beginning to make sense. Oubier had organized Nico's abduction.
Ah,
Oubier
Marcel.
withdrew money from Marseille. Oubier was connected with Transglobal, who shipped their goods from a warehouse in Marseille. That's how the torn Transglobal label had once read. Marseille, not Mars. It wasn't much of a lead, but it was all I had. I set off immediately to catch the evening train.
Nice. Let's go.
It was almost dawn when I arrived in Marseille. I traced Condor Transglobal to a desolate dockside.
Ooh, what's he dropping down there then?
Hi, good morning.
Do you know what time it is?
No, I don't wear a watch. As my dad used to say, I'm not into time, man.
Well, you're too early.
What time is it anyhow?
The big hand's on the floor. Why aren't you in bed?
I can explain everything.
Never mind, I ain't that interested.
What time do you open the gates?
7.
Do you mind if I hang out here till the docks open?
Please yourself, but you'll have a long wait. It's Sunday, and tomorrow is the start of the national holiday. Everything is closed for a month.
Well, wouldn't you just know it? Does that dog belong to you?
Nah, he comes with the job. I just feed him every now and then.
More then than now, I'd say. What's the dog's name?
20.
It's unusual for a dog.
It's his registration number. Security dog number 20.
That animal doesn't seem too hot for a guard dog.
No? You haven't seen him in action.
Doesn't look like he has the energy to wag his tail.
Just like my wife. She's like a slug in a coma until she's annoyed.
Ooh.
Then she's like a tiger with a rat up its ass.
Sweet. Ever heard of Condor Transglobal?
Sure. They have a warehouse.
Nice, that makes
Well,
so
could
much
I
easier that
take a
they've
look?
got a warehouse
Not
here.
until after the holidays. Come back in a month.
Who takes a month
I have to
off
make a
for
delivery to
holidays
Condor
when you're a
Transglobal.
travel company?
Where's your rib?
Well, a transport
about
company.
half a mile down the road.
And you walked here? Jeez, are you some kind of nut?
Nah,
Possibly.
It was easy. I just put one foot in front of the other. Are you gonna let me make my delivery?
Not without the paperwork. You get the papers, you make your delivery, and I get a fat backhander.
I was getting nowhere with the story about being a trucker. Do you know what kind of business Condor's involved in?
I'm paid to guard the gate. Their business is none of mine.
Right.
Take a look at this letter.
That's sick. Did you write it?
Oh, no. No, it's a letter from my girlfriend's admirer.
If I was you, I'd smack him in the mouth.
Well, that's not my style, but thanks for the advice. Have you ever seen anything like this before?
No, pal, what is it?
A poison dart used for hunting.
What would you hunt with that? Mice?
No. Monkeys and stuff. The tip is dipped in poison.
Hey, what you
Oh,
got
a
against
bit of cough.
monkeys?
Got really bad
I
hay
love
fever at the
monkeys. I
moment.
was just using them as an example.
Well, don't.
I'm looking for a young woman.
At the docks? What kind of woman do you have in mind?
You don't understand. It's my girlfriend I'm trying to find.
Well, I ain't seen her. And you should tell her the docks ain't no place for a young lady. They're dirty and they're dangerous.
To be fair,
I'm certain
got a
my
point.
girlfriend was brought here when she was abducted.
What? Your girl was kidnapped?
yeah.
Struck down by an Indian with a poisoned dart.
Like the one you showed me?
The very same. I could tell he didn't believe me. I have these very exotic panties.
Take them away, you pervert!
Oh dear.
Have you ever heard of...
Me? None of my friends are professors or anything like that.
What's cooking?
Beans. You know a man can live on nothing but beans.
Not this one.
Okay.
Don't you ever get tired of eating beans?
Sure I do. What do you take me for?
And what's the alternative?
Peas. I can't eat them too often, though. They play hell with my digestion.
Have you ever considered changing your diet?
What's wrong with beans and beer?
You need me to tell you? You're pumping out enough methane here to fill a dirigible. I gotta go now, but I'll be back.
Can't wait.
Okay.
Hey, 20.
Right. That's going to be hot to touch.
Ouch! That's hot.
Get down there. See if we can get whatever it was out of the water. Oh, go back, George. Yeah, that's what we
stick
need.
had a hook on one.
Get that bottle out of the water. I don't know what it is.
I just knew that boat hook would be useful for something. As for the bottle, even if I couldn't find a use for it, I'd cleaned up the dock a little.
Oh, I know exactly what I've got to do. Okay.
The panties would not have been thick enough. Oh no, I'd learned my lesson. The chimney was a metal pipe with a conical hat on top to stop the rain getting in.
There we go. I just
The
figured
bottle
it.
was half filled with water. Maybe it would cool the cone down enough to touch it. Now I could see into the pipe which formed the chimney.
You should.
The bottle had blocked the chimney, and the hut was filling up with smoke.
Okay. Now we can go up there. Right, what have we got?
Someone had once told me a piece of coal brought you luck.
Pick up some coal.
Who was I?
Pick up the dog biscuits.
The packet was full of dog. That mug was a health risk. I decided to leave it where it was. Baked beans in ketchup.
Tasty.
Yow! Stove equals heat. Heat equals burn. Burn equals excruciating pain.
I think that's all we need, isn't it? Yeah. Alright, let's get back down here.
Hey, 20. Come and get it, boy.
$120.
I felt a slight twinge of conscience as I prepared to give the dog a dunking. It soon passed. As I'd expected, the dog could swim like a... well, like a dog.
There he goes. At least he's enjoying himself. Better than sitting behind the fence, I suppose. Right, let's climb over.
I decided not to tamper. Those jaws look... A sturdy chain and padlock.
Hold on.
The grill opened from the inside. The grill opened. The din must have drowned out the sound.
Right, let's go up. We'll go through a window.
Maybe there was a way in up there.
Fingers crossed. Yeah, we can get in through here.
That did the trick. The fan clunked and shorted out as its blades were mashed by the boat hook.
Hey, you make any more noise, I break your arms.
That bully needed to be taught a lesson.
Garzak's already mad because we didn't get the stone. You give me any trouble, I'll tell him it was all your fault.
Karzak? That must...
Okay. We're gonna go mention Karzak to him. Try not to get killed. Save it quickly. That was like the quickest save I think I've ever done on a game.
Who is he?
Is this Condor Transglobal?
Nobody here. Go away.
I'll give you 5 seconds to let me in or I'll bust down the door.
Okay. I'm coming.
He didn't...
Thank you for the like. Hope you're having a good day. Playing a bit of Broken Sword. It's been a very long time since I played this. I was going to play the first one, but I can't get hold of it at the moment. I need the remastered version. I can only get hold of the original and it won't work on my PC. Oh, no, no. I didn't want to go in the window. Back. In the door. Go and have a look in the drawers quickly first. Hey, hope you're doing good.
The only interesting thing I found was a small brass key.
Okay, that might come in handy.
Among the paperwork which adorned the notice board was something which caught my eye. It was a delivery note from Condor Transglobal, and the address was Coromante City.
Anything in the filing cabinet?
It was locked.
Oh, it worked.
The little brass key didn't fit the lock.
Oh, no, it didn't. Okay. There
was nothing else in the...
Okay. Let's have a look over here then.
All the crates were firmly sealed. The room was filled with transglobal crates.
Whoa! Don't shoot!
The little guy had a blowpipe. That confirmed my suspicions about what had happened to Nico.
He was the one that
waited
shot
for him
us
to shoot
then.
me.
Okay.
But it didn't happen. Instead, he seemed to want to tell me something. What? What do you want? He seemed excited, almost desperate. What did he want so bad? Hi. I'm not going to hurt you.
Quaramonte!
Is that where you're from? Coromante City?
Quaramonte! Quaramonte!
Okay, okay. What have you done with my girlfriend?
Huh?
I am not leaving without her. Where is she? He didn't appear to understand me.
Okay, I don't think he's going to know a lot. Gah. I wish it was still morning here. It's like nearly 2 o'clock here. It's like 20 to 2.
Tell me what you've done with Nico, and I'll share
In
these
the
biscuits
afternoon,
with
that
you.
is.
I knew it sounded lame, trying to bargain with a box of doggy snacks. Besides, how was he to know how yummy they tasted? Do you know what this is?
Feito.
Yeah, today's just gone way too quick.
What does this key unlock?
Huh?
Ah, unlocks the shackles.
Hey, you're manacled. Who did this? That big thug? I'm gonna set you free, okay?
I should have asked him about the dart. Oh well.
Hey, come back here.
Never mind. Alright then. I take it we're going to
gone
go...
to ground amongst the stack of crate.
Take it we're going in the elevator. Oh, press the button would help. Oh god. Okay, I'm gonna have to think now.
Just in time. Interrupting the beam of light kept the doors from closing and stopped anyone from using the elevator. But what now?
Oh. Clicked on my other screen back. So. Ah. Yeah.
The label just wasn't sticky enough to stay in place. I wasn't convinced that
Okay.
that isn't it at all.
What can we use? What can we use? Okay, I could have just done that.
There.
I thought it was gonna like
keep the doors from closing.
in that box. I don't think I should have clicked on it.
I was wrestling with the small crate when I noticed the label on its side. Danger. Live contents do not drop. The statue looked way too heavy for me to move.
Look at this door.
A sturdy beam was jammed across the doors.
And we can't lift
These
it.
doors were
Okay.
not going to open.
that gonna work, maybe?
The short chain stopped the cuffs reaching from the statue to the winch.
Can we push that box?
No chance.
Why can't we move that one then? I can't remember what to do.
I didn't want to risk dropping the crate and releasing its... The label just wasn't sticky enough. There wasn't much I could do with a pulley that didn't have any rope.
Rope. Okay.
The crate was labeled Danger. There were small holes in the top and it was a pulley attached to it. It wasn't much use though.
I don't want to use a hint yet. I just got to remember, it's been so long since I played it, I can't fucking remember.
The crate bore the familiar logo of...
Do that? No? Okay. We'll figure this out.
Not such a good idea. No. Wrong.
Ba-da-ba-ba.
I couldn't move the crate and...
What is it? This is so annoying. Nope.
I'd better think this...
Not sticky. But
No, that's wrong. No.
okay.
The statue looked way too heavy for me to move.
Let's have a look. Okay. As you can try shedding some light on the problem. Haha. Okay, right. I wasn't sure whether they look like just elevator buttons. There's some marks on the floor though.
There was an arc-shaped scratch on the floor, as if a door had been opened in the nearby wall. My fingers traced the outline of a secret door in the wall. Then I found a small round stud, which was set flush to the surrounding wooden paneling. Just as I'd hoped. A secret room.
Sweet. Let's go check this out. Ah, there she is. Funnily enough. Ooh, we've unlocked some artwork. Okay. It's quite a sneaky little hidden room, isn't it? Take the tape. Ah, I've just realised what... Okay. Oh god, my arms are right. And I went to the gym yesterday and did arms. I did legs today, but my arms are like really sore today.
How are you feeling?
Oh, thanks, Georges. How on earth did you find me?
I knew Ubier had been in Marseille. But never mind about me. How about you tell me exactly what's going on, starting with that Mayan stone?
I picked it up from one of Karzak's men in Paris. I was expecting a consignment of narcotics.
Drugs?
Yes. The proof I needed to expose Karzak's smuggling operation. I'd set it up to act as his courier, and once I had the proof, I planned to go straight to Inspector Mou. But instead of the dope I'd expected, they sent me that stone instead. And to find out more, I called Professor Oublier, who invited me to his mansion. At least, I thought it was Oublier.
I don't get it. If Karzak's business is drugs, why is he so desperate to get his hands on that stone?
Maybe it has some significance to the local people in Central America. It could be Karzak's means of getting them to work.
There's something about that stone.
Anyway, we've got to get out of here.
Okay, right.
Nico, wait.
At least we've got her to help now. We'll pick these up.
I decided to keep the masking tape.
It is going to be useful because I need it to block off the elevator.
We can't use the elevator. If that thug Pablo's recovered, he'll be waiting for us.
We've got to do something. Where does that door lead to?
I'm not sure.
We're about to find out. Where's that tape? Right. Put the tape over there, push the box back, transfer that box to that box, move that box, and then we should be able to get to that.
Hopefully, the tape would prevent those doors from
Okay. Push or pull this one out the way. Out the way. Hold on, I want to talk to her quickly.
The pallet rose about 6 inches off the floor, and I said a silent prayer to whoever had discovered the power of hydraulics.
What on earth are you doing?
Trying to raise the statue so I can hook...
Is that really going...
I like to keep myself occupied in times of stress.
Let's talk to her quickly before we do this.
Okay, tell me what you know about Condor.
Condor Transglobal exports Aztec and Mayan relics from Central America to Europe. But that's just a cover for the real business. Drug smuggling.
What proof do you have?
Okay.
Nothing yet.
Do you know where Condor is based?
In Central America. A place called
Paramonte.
I saw that name on a docket downstairs. Look, the little guy downstairs was chained up with these.
That must have been Pablo's doing. I don't blame him, though. That little guy is dangerous.
You're still sore about that poison dart?
Of course I'm sore.
I found these in your bag.
Oh. They were a gift.
I know. I read the note.
God knows what was going through Andre's mind.
I think that's
clearly
quite
something.
plain enough. Have you any idea who this little statue is supposed to be?
I'm not very well acquainted with Mayan deities, Georges. But whatever his name...
We could take that back to the museum.
Do you recognize this?
Is that the dart which knocked me out?
That's right. I kept it as a souvenir.
Oh dear, she ain't gonna like that.
Tell me about this Karzak guy.
Well, I saw him for only a few minutes, but he frightened me. I got the impression that Pablo was nervous when he was around too. His eyes, they're like a wild animal's.
He's a bit of a
like
psycho.
A tiger. That's what scared me most about him. He looked so unpredictable and dangerous.
Did you know Oubier's wife was a film star?
No, I didn't know he was married. What happened to her?
She died. In mysterious circumstances, apparently.
How mysterious?
I heard she was murdered. Possibly by Oubier himself.
A murderer, huh?
Oh, I wonder whether that was
Andre
actually
said
true
he
or
was
not.
something of a celebrity.
Someone said he shot her.
Did I hear you refer to Inspector Mou?
Yes, you remember him?
Well, of course I do. But I thought he was dead.
Oh no, he reappeared after the broken sword case had blown over. When he found out who was in with the Neo-Templars, he went into hiding. Mou knew more than was good for him.
Does he know about our involvement with the case?
If he does,
Inspector Mou was, he worked alongside the detective.
Promotion.
Did that Indian guy mistreat you?
If you forget about the abduction, verbal threats, and bondage, no.
Well, what about the little guy?
I don't think he knows where he is or what he's doing here. The big guy, Pablo, he brought Titipoco from the jungle.
Titipoco.
Titipoco. That's what I heard Pablo call the dwarf.
Okay, I think we're done with her now. Right.
The short chain stopped the cuffs reaching for...
Oh, I've got rope. That's
It
why.
would be much easier to attach the rope to the...
Oh, fuck off. Right. Does it matter if you attach it to the statue or that first? Surely. Doesn't matter.
The short chain stopped...
Alright. That one. Thought we had to use the handcuffs as well. Yeah, and we should.
It was too heavy.
There's a boat outside.
Could you give me a hand to push this statue?
What for?
This, my dear, is our passport to freedom.
If you say so, dear.
Alright, let's get out of here.
Okay, push! Great teamwork.
Nice to be working with you again, Mr. Stobart.
Okay. Ah, there it is. Okay.
Nico, I have a great idea.
Not such a great idea. But the dog's still loving life, swimming around in the water.
George, where have you been?
Never mind that. Do you have the Mayan stone?
Maybe I have, but,
Don't argue, André. Give the stone to George.
well, of course. If you say so, Nicole.
Oh, God.
Thank you so much, Andre.
George, he told me you'd been kidnapped, my dear. I'm glad to see he was mistaken.
Oh, but it was true. If it hadn't been for George, I wouldn't be here now.
It's not finished yet. Karzak's thugs will be back for that stone, you can bet. The best lead that we have is Coromonte City.
Coromonte is in Central America. That's where Ubier gets his artifacts.
That's all we needed to know. Come on, George.
Hey, I guess we're going to Quaramonte.
Quaramonte, the traveler's rear entrance to Central America. Well, that's how it was translated in the brochure. We didn't know what we were looking for, but the offices of Condor Transglobal seemed a good place to start.
Okay. I think I'm going to leave it there for this afternoon.
I don't see any cabs. Let's ask someone how to get to Quaramonte City.
Okay. Keep your eyes peeled for any sign of Condor Transglobal.
Oh, fuck it. Let's carry on. No, actually, I'm going to leave it there. Where is it? I'm going to save it quickly. And yeah, I'll leave it there for today. Obviously this is going to be replacing The Witcher until I can actually figure out how I'm going to get to progress in The Witcher. I'm completely stuck, and I have been the last 2 streams, so I'm going to play this for the time being. But I hope you all have a good day, and I shall be back from 7:30 p.m. GMT time, which is 3:30 p.m. Eastern time. But yeah, have a good day and I shall see you all later. Bye.